In this video, we're going to talk about the best resource for marketers to learn attribution modeling in 2019. Just to give you a quick preview, we're going to be talking about Himanshu Sharma's great book, Attribution Modeling in Google Ads and Facebook. We're going to talk about what type of marketing problems you can solve with attribution modeling and what type of marketers should be focused on attribution. So if that's something you're interested, you want to learn about it and learn about it through this book, stick around. All right, so in this book, Attribution Modeling in Google Ads and Facebook, author Himanshu Sharma goes over everything that you have to do to set up a correct attribution model for your online business. He first gets into a little bit of the background about what attribution modeling is, how you can set up different attribution models in your analytics platform. In this book, he focuses on the free platform, Google Analytics, and he talks about all the different attribution models you can use there. He then goes into the Google Ads platform, how the attribution model on the Google Ads platform works and how it's different from Google Analytics. And then he gets into the Facebook ad platform, how the Facebook ad platform's attribution model works and how that's different from Google Analytics. So some of the big things you're going to learn in this book is how all the different marketing channels you're using in your online business are affecting your sales. So for example, a common situation that he talks about in this book is an online business that has content like blog posts, videos, audio content, where that content is driving users to a website. And the online business is also using paid advertising channels like Google Ads and Facebook ads to get users and visitors to their site. So one of the big problems you're going to have when you're using all these different channels is that you're not able to track which users are coming in and purchasing your product and from which one of the many channels you're using are those users coming from. This book breaks down how to go into your analytics platform and look at all the different channels that your users are coming from and split out which channels are driving most of your traffic, at which point in your buyer journey are those users coming into your business, and what percentage of users from each one of those channels are actually converting into customers. So he goes in and first talks about in detail how you can go into the Google Analytics platform and look at all the different channels that your business is using and see at what point along that customer journey are the people taking different actions like coming to product pages, clicking on different offers on your site, purchasing offers, coming back and purchasing again, and you can see all the different channels where this is taking place. He then talks about how the data that you're going to see on the ads platforms is a lot different from the data that you're seeing in your Google Analytics platforms. Now, without getting too technical in this video, this basically comes down to what type of attribution model the platform is using. So some of the big attribution models that he talks about are first click, last touch, time decay attribution model, and the data-driven attribution model. And basically, the difference in these models comes down to at which point in a customer's journey through your business is the attribution model assigning credit for a sale or some type of conversion event that takes place on your website. Now, this may sound a little bit technical, and if you think that, you would be correct. This can get extremely technical, especially when you're talking about how you're going to set up tracking for all these different platforms and how you're going to get them to all read the same data showing where your users are coming from and how they're converting in your business. So if this sounds like a complicated problem, it's definitely one of the most challenging problems for marketers, which is why this book is so great. The author basically breaks down all these topics into small 5 to 20 page chapters that are each very specific about one problem that you need to get through in order to eventually set up a more accurate attribution model for your business. So he goes into the technical setup in Google Analytics, all the small details you need to make sure that your data is as close as possible in your ad platform and your analytics platform. He goes into how to do the same type of technical setup on your ads platforms for Google Analytics and Facebook. And then he goes into how to test the different options you have for attribution models in all three of those platforms. And he actually shows you how you can look and adjust those models so you can see how your sales data is showing up differently for the different types of attribution models you're using. In some cases, this can be quite remarkable to see the difference between the way that a platform is attributing sales. In some cases, the difference is almost 50% in terms of which channel the sales are coming from, just depending on how you're tracking sales. So to give you a really extreme example, if you're using last click attribution and you have a lot of different ads you're running, the last ad that a user clicks on before they purchase something from your site will be given 100% of the credit for that sale. If you were to use first click attribution, which would be the opposite, or first touch attribution, which is a very similar model, the user sale would be 100% of the sale would be attributed to the platform where the user first clicked through or first interacted with your brand. So for example, in a first click attribution model, say a user first sees a display ad and then comes onto your website. They might then type your website in at a later point in time and come back to your website. Then they might see another ad and come through to your website and then purchase something. If you're using first click attribution, then you're going to assign, the platform will assign all the credit for that sale to that first ad that the person saw before they purchased anything. If you're using last click attribution, the site would, or the platform would attribute all of that sale to the last ad that someone clicked. So you can see how this could make which channel is your most effective marketing channel appear completely different depending on which attribution model you're using. So basically, this becomes very important once you're already selling products, you already have tracking in place that's reliable, and you can see how many sales are coming through, down to the dollar, and you're using multiple channels, meaning, more than one ad platform, or just one ad platform with a large amount of your traffic coming from content that you're creating, like videos or blog posts. At that point, you need to start worrying about what your attribution model is so that you can know what you should put more time and effort into, or what you should be spending your money on. You can imagine if you're spending money on one ad platform and you end up getting most of your sales from another ad platform, but you're not able to see that. You'll continue spending all your money equally on these two platforms, even though most of your sales are only coming from one of the platforms. So you can see how that would make a huge difference in your business, especially as you're trying to scale your business or optimize to really get the most out of any one channel you're using. So if you're interested in learning about attribution modeling, you feel like you're advanced enough in your business's setup or your marketing journey that this is an important topic for you, I'd highly recommend Himanshu Sharma's Attribution Modeling in Google Ads and Facebook. It's by far the best resource I've seen. And to get a preview of some of the content that you're going to get in the description of this video below, I'm going to link one of his best articles that basically summarizes what's in this book. It's a great quick read. It's about 10 to 15 minutes, and if you enjoy that, you will know whether or not you're going to get value from this book and whether or not you should go ahead and purchase it, because this book is it's not cheap. I think it's about $80. So anyway, I really hope you enjoyed that video, my review of Himanshu Sharma's attribution modeling in Google Ads and Facebook. If you haven't already, make sure that you click the subscribe button so you can get notified every time that we come out with a new video on data-driven marketing and paid acquisition. And I really appreciate you guys watching.